We've had
Tommy,
three
you're a
terror
straight
attacks.
talker.
Children are being killed.
Yes, we all know what's been happening.
Yes, I would.
Show some respect.
Show some respect.
Show some respect.
Have you got over?
That's what you get for being a fascist!
Was he a bigot or an Islamophobe?
See, now
Winston
you're
Churchill.
sounding like a complete
Winston
lunatic.
Churchill. No, I'm quoting previous some of the best leaders in this
No,
country.
you're sounding like a bigoted lunatic.
No, I'm not.
And what you're doing now is deliberately inflammatory. It is deliberately poisonous.
How is this
And you are
inflammatory?
having
I'm
the
just giving you
complete
facts.
opposite effect to the one that you say you
quoting
have.
William Gladstone.
You are stirring up hatred.
Likes to paint you out to be this right-wing racist who hates any person of color, but you personally invited me to be here. So can you just explain to the media, is it the race of people that you hate, or is it the values that the person holds that you hate?
I'm brought up in Luton Town. The majority of people I love are not white. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
And I've stood on that point since the day I started any of my activism. The first banners we held on our first ever event in 2009 said black and white unite. They also said we support the Christians who are being the Christians in Nigeria who are victims of jihad. The war that we're fighting currently has got nothing to do with the colour of your skin. What we want to do is unify Britain, unify the great migrants that have come to this country, embraced it and love it. My mother was one of them. Yeah, so most of my friends are them. You line my friends up, St. Lucian, Jamaican, Bulgarian, Italian. We're all the sons of immigrants in Luton. Yeah, and we've embraced it and love it. But a certain section have come into this country, and rather than love it, they wish to declare war on it. Rather than integrate or assimilate, they wish to dominate and segregate. Yeah? So there's big problems, and the media have continually painted us as extremists or racist to stop any normal people coming. They want us to be a group of rowdy young men. Yeah, you'll see today, and everyone will see today, we've broke that back. It's gone. Yeah, the mainstream British public are coming out today. People will also be surprised by the diversity of our support. Yeah, and we love that. I love that. I love any hard-working migrant that's come to this country, embraced it and love it. And when people voted for Brexit, yeah, that wasn't a vote against decent, hard-working immigrants who are coming. It was a voting because certain sections of the community are coming here. They're not integrating, they're not assimilating, yeah, and they're causing mayhem. They're way through this nation. Yeah? So no, I have no problem with the colour of someone's skin, and I get a lot of flack from that from the genuine far right. They call us far right. It's insane.
And what do you say to the ethnic people like myself who can basically see that Britain is basically self-destructing from within, but they're afraid to speak out because they're going to be called a coon or Uncle Tom? I get called that a lot.
I know, I've seen it. Yeah. You face the same problems, but the same way as I was attacked for years, that no longer happens. The majority now stand with us. It'll be the same for you. People who speak out originally, people who might give you hassle originally, will end up seeing that we're right. We're on the right side of history, yeah? And I thank everyone. You're setting an example, and you will break down barriers yourself and encouraging people to come out. And when they come and see for themselves, yeah. I saw there was a black lad yesterday with an England hat on a TikTok live. I don't know. Do you know him?
I don't know.
Oh, he's a big lad, and he was doing a TikTok live, yeah. And he said, I'm going as a journalist, and I guarantee you, okay, if he comes here today as a journalist, he will leave as a supporter. When he hears our message, when he sees the crowd, when he sees what we're about, rather than what the media are about, the importance of citizen journalists, which this place is full of today. No mainstream media, they contacted asking if they can come. No, you can't, yeah? No, you can't. You can't come and lie about us any longer, and we don't need you any longer, yeah? Because citizen journalists are going to come, and you see if there was a problem today. We're not asking citizen journalists to show a certain narrative. We're asking you to come and report the truth. Yeah, I know what the truth's going to be. Yeah, people will be embraced. Ethnic minorities will come here. They'll be hugged. They will be loved.
Yeah. And a lot of things that you predicted 10 years ago, whether it's the immigration crisis, whether it's just, the takeover of extremist groups, is now happening. What do you think about that? Do you have the attitude of like, okay, I told you guys, or do you feel like there's any hope for Britain?
No one wants to say I told you so. The only reason why I predicted that is because I'm from Luton Town. So I foresaw what happens when you have a dominant Islamic community. 50% of the town is Pakistani Muslim. That doesn't mean they're all bad either. Yeah, there's some great people in that community. What it means is as the culture changes, you lose your freedom. And the council of peace, the police of peace, they don't know how to deal with it. So I foresaw all these problems. I spoke about two-tier policing in 2004. Now it's become part of British vocabulary because everyone's seen it. Yeah. So I wasn't some genius or had some special wand. I just saw through my eyes is what it was like growing up in Luton, and now the problems I spoke about, everyone's seeing.
And what's your opinion on the Manchester airport situation? Because there's been so much commotion about that, but when it comes to the young white girls who have been raped and groomed, there was no commotion about that. Like, for instance, myself, I only found out that this was happening this year from watching your interview of Jordan Peterson, because the media does not report on it. So what's your opinion on just the two-tier media policing?
My opinion on the way he was kicked in the head, it looks terrible. Okay, we don't know the context. We apparently the police officer's nose was broken. Apparently it's because they didn't want their mother being searched. You have to get searched in the airport. Unfortunately, the reason we get searched in the airport is because jihadis keep blowing up, unfortunately, from their community. Yeah? It's not anything to do with us. Yeah, so you're going to get searched. Unfortunately, we're annoyed about getting searched, but you have to get searched. If you deal with it properly and respectfully, you're not going to end up with the commotion you ended up with. So no, the video didn't look good, but to see 1,000 Muslims outside Rochdale Police Station, I asked them, where were you when the biggest scandal in our country's history was in Rochdale? You remained silent. Not one of you reported the gangs. Yeah, you're offended by everything and ashamed of nothing. Every time. Do you know the only time Muslims took to the streets in Rotherham? Rotherham had 1,400 victims, yeah? The only time they took to the streets was when they said they wanted to put CCTV cameras in their taxis. Then they started protesting. They didn't protest over the girls. They didn't like Telford, 5 are dead. There's dead girls across this country that have been raped. They don't get angry about that.
And what's your opinion on the current state of masculinity right now? Because when 100 years ago, men between the ages of 16 to 24 went to go fight in war, and now today men don't even care to even admit a woman is not a man. So what's your opinion on that?
My opinion is you're going to see masculinity today. Yeah? Everyone who's masculine's here, okay, and everyone who's not masculine is on the counter demonstration in Russell Square, all right, with blue hair, pink hair, and their cut off, or their cut off. Yeah.
And just one more question. I said that Tommy Robinson deserves his own national holiday. What would you like it to be called, and what date would you like it to be?
I don't think I deserve my own national holiday.
You do.
I think that our armed forces deserve more than 1 day a year. If we're having a month of celebrating Pride, I don't know why, it's degeneracy, yeah? We need to have a month of celebrating our armed forces. We have to have a month of remembering, respecting, so I don't think I deserve anything. When you put it into context, I faced a few bad words, a couple of punches and a few threats, yeah? Think about what our forefathers done, but not just what our forefathers done. People sign up to the British military, they're getting they're having their legs blown off. They deserve the respect, they deserve it. So yeah.
This is what you call true masculinity. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you. You too. Bye.
I forgot to press record.